Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Trader Chris here, and this is me trying to plan my trades going into next week on Pound USD. You can imagine how based on the previous video that will be linked either in the description or on the top left corner of the screen, how I personally describe how to anticipate further downside on Pound USD for this week that just passed. So going into next week, I see price already breaking this level of support as we had from previous video, and also still holding this resistance. So in my opinion, I think this could be some sort of opportunity to fill this week. And let me know in the comments section if you see this candle as a rejection or a weak fill opportunity. I think personally it's a weak fill opportunity because we are breaking support and we should anticipate some sort of continuation to the downside. However, on the way to the downside, there is also this level of support on the weekly time frame that one needs to pay attention to, such that we could also get some rejection from here. We don't know because price has currently rejected this but closed below this. So I would look for some further downside, but I'll be paying attention to this price. And if price breaks this low, then we'll be targeting this next level of support based on the weekly time frame. However, if you look much more closely on the daily time frame, I would also, in addition to this weekly level, be paying attention to how price reacts at this previous level of support on the daily time frame. Okay, such that if price fails at this level of support and begins to close above this resistance, then this selling idea, in my opinion, would become more tricky, because price would effectively be creating higher support on the daily time frame from a very low price at 1.2 to possibly begin to switch structure to the upside and to target the high point of the range at that point. So I would be watching this level on the daily time frame, which is the daily support, and I'll be calling this the daily support zone low. So that's why I have it as daily support zone low. So that between these two prices is basically support, in my opinion. So since this weekly support is just crossing across this this candle, so I'm gonna make it dashed line, since it's not aligned with any other support on the daily time frame. So in essence, to reiterate, sales make sense based on the weekly time frame closing below support to fill the week. On the way down, I would personally be cautious of selling into this support zone. I would prefer a daily candle closing this way, possibly on Monday. Then it will be easier to take sales, even with the volume, to break this support and to fill the week and look for some further continuation based on how the weekly candle has closed. Then if we then further look at the 4-hour time frame, I think at this point as well, if price could actually respect this previous level of structure as some sort of pullbacks to look for sales, then I think I'll still be bearish at that point to target this current low and then see if we break through with volume if we break through with volume and continue the weak fill idea we have from the weekly time frame. But something very important I also want to mention on the 4-hour time frame is the fact that if you just look at the most recent price action from this low, price is effectively creating higher supports, really, where the change of structure area is between this price and this price. Again, it also add further caveats to the sell idea. Remember, this is a weekly support, needs to pay attention to. This is a whole daily zone, one needs to pay attention to on the way down. And again, this whole area was where price switched to the upside on the 4-hour time frame, also needed to be paid attention to. So really, sales make sense, but one has to be careful and understand the market positioning and the market timing to take any form of sales in this scenario. And yeah, basically that's the outlook I have. I'm still bearish on pound USD. I would only be looking for buys if and only if price kind of respects this daily support and possibly begins to hold support above this resistance to then possibly fill up this gap and take price to the top of the range, then redress the situation at that point. So that's what I'm currently looking at, and to just mark this resistance level on the 4-hour time frame to complete the analysis. So this is 4-hour resistance, and the resistance is between this and this. So this whole zone would be resistance in my opinion. And the previous level of resistance where price is currently trading is this 4-hour level here. And we have this right here. So I can make this whole area like so. What I'm saying in essence is this sales make sense based on the weekly. I would prefer some sort of pullback to this point, to the middle of this range, to target this low and see if we break through, or if we already break through on Monday, anything leaving this area to target this. Watch this level of support on your way down, and please I'll be paying massive attention to this area of the chart between here and here, which was the area where price switched to the upside. So to clean up this chart a bit, I'm just going to make this dash. So yeah, so again, to round off this video, not to make it too long, selling below this zone to target this and watching this. Selling if we pull back this deep to play this range and see if we get continuation. If price respect this area, anything holding support above this level, then I would be considering buys at that point. So trade sharp and trade safe, and see you next week.